Hi, I'm Erin Michelle Sky. I'm one half of the Dragon Authors writing team, and welcome to our book channel. We've done a few reviews here before and a couple of stick figure videos that we had a little fun with, but publishers are starting to send us actual physical books, which is really exciting because, yes, we're authors. We love books of all kinds. We love getting other people's books. We love reading other people's books. We love writing our own books. We love everything about books. And when publishers start sending us other books, we just get super excited about that. We thought we would start doing some booktubing and show you some of the things that we're reading, talk about things that we're reading. We do read some other stuff that's only available on digital, or sometimes it's available even in hardcover, but we only happen to have it in digital. So we'll probably fly in some covers for that. But we're going to tell you all about the things that we're reading because we love books. Okay, so let's start with this one. This is one of the most recent things that I read. The publisher sent us. You see that? That's Not What I Heard by Stephanie Kate Strohm. I love her stuff. I'm not 100% sure I'm saying her name right. I hope I am, but she is awesome. She writes really fun books. I read Prince in Disguise by her last year around Christmas and just absolutely loved it. And I read this one recently and absolutely loved it. There's a full review on our site at dragonauthors.com. It's about a high school where two seniors, through a sort of farcical misunderstanding, accidentally break up, and all of the ridiculousness that ensues. The entire school gets involved. It ends up teachers are talking about it, principals are having to deal with it, students are involved in factions. It's hilarious. It takes it just way to an extreme, and it's such a fun read. It has lots of different characters in it, and I'm not always big. I love team books. I love books with lots of characters, but I'm not always big when the point of view jumps back and forth from chapter to chapter, and now you're reading about this chapter character, and now you're reading about that character. Sometimes I like that, and sometimes I'm not a big fan, but she does it so well in this book. She does such a good job that I ended up, as I always do with Stephanie Kate Strohm, I ended up loving a lot of her secondary and third level characters, tertiary, if you will, her tertiary characters. I love them so much that they stood right there with the main characters for me in terms of just how much I was enjoying reading about them and finding out what they were thinking and finding out what they were doing. So totally recommended. I'm gonna throw it up here one more time. That's Not What I Heard by Stephanie Kate Strohm. I'm trying to get a good camera angle. There's decent lighting in here, and so it's reflecting, but you get it. That's Not What I Heard. It's awesome. I love it. Okay, next, I am currently reading Muse of Nightmares, finally. I have been waiting to read this book for so long, and I am so excited about it. We've had so many things going on, but I've actually had this since it first came out. And I got it in hardcover when it first came out. I had it shipped to me here in the US. And then for Christmas, look what showed up. Look, the British version of Muse of Nightmares. Ah, right? So, oh my gosh, I was so excited. I couldn't even believe it. Laini Taylor is just one of my favorite authors. I love her writing. It is brilliant. I love the way that every single comma matters. I feel like it's written almost to be read out loud, which in a world of audiobooks is pretty great. I haven't heard her audiobooks. I would love to hear her audiobooks, but Steven's bigger on audiobooks than me mostly. I'm starting to get into them, and we'll see how it is. I have a hard time because my mind wanders a lot. I think about what I'm reading a lot, and I'll start getting this idea and then wonder if this means this, and not even necessarily in the book. Like, I'll be starting to be like, oh, I wonder how many stars there are that we can see in the night sky. I should go Google that. I wonder. And in the meantime, the audiobook has kept going, right? But if I'm reading an actual book, then I just stop and I go back. So it's a little harder to do that with audiobooks. So I may have to develop some more mental discipline for audiobooks because they tend to get away from me. But I love hearing the story as though it's being read out loud in my head. I read like that anyway. So I think it's magnificent whether you're listening to it on audio or whether you're reading the book. I love books that are written that way because I feel like I can hear them. It's like almost like I can hear how the author intended it to be read. And, you know, I don't know if that's really true, but it's like it feels true. And so it's really a wonderful way to read because you feel like you're connecting to the words in a really different way, for me anyway. Okay, enough about that. This is Muse of Nightmares, the British version. Also have the US version. This one is, I'm going to show off a little bit. I'm sorry, but I've got to look. It's signed to me. Thank you, Laini Taylor. Thank you so much. I love it. Thank you. I couldn't make it to England, so this is me thanking you in person for signing the book. I really appreciate it so much. And Stephen said that you were just lovely and wonderful and so gracious, and he was so glad to meet you. So thank you so much for that. Okay, we're gonna keep these short, so I think that's enough for our inaugural version. We have a lot of other books that we've been reading and that we're gonna talk about, but welcome to our BookTube, and subscribe, and we'll do these, maybe once or twice a week. We'll sort of see how it goes, but I hope you'll join us for some reading. Okay, bye.